Guys, what's up? It's Justin Marc. Right now I'm in beautiful Toronto, Canada. And in today's video, we're gonna dig deep talking about the psychology behind letting go of past experiences so you can move forward and live a happy life. A life where you have amazing people around you, amazing friendships, amazing relationships, intimate relationships, having fun, living an actual happy, fulfilled life long term. A lot of people, they don't realize that you carry around so much baggage. We all do. We all have mental problems holding us back, whether it's past traumas, it could be a breakup we went through, it could be something you experienced in your childhood. We all carry this energy around us, and a huge problem with that is we never let it go. And because we never let it go, it causes self-sabotage. So today's video is going to be talking about letting go of self-sabotage so you can actually live a happy life long term, create an amazing life for you and the people around you, and just live a very happy and fulfilled life. And imagine how this will affect your income in a very positive way, your dating life in a very positive way, your overall life in just an amazing way where you're constantly experiencing new things, growing as a person, and just being happy and fulfilled in your life. So let's just jump straight into it. A lot of our experiences in life, they can be positive or negative, but a lot of those experiences are completely dictated by how we feel inside and our reality inside. So here's the thing, if you constantly find yourself around drama, around negativity, around bad energy, around bad vibes, around people who are talking shit about others, people who are, bringing you down in a negative energy type dynamic, well, you gotta ask yourself, who are you? What are you attracting? And why are you attracting these negative experiences to yourself? And I think it's very difficult for us to look inside as humans and say, what am I attracting in life? Like, why am I attracting this? Recently, I went through some of the craziest things I've ever experienced. I had a media scandal over Mexico, and to be honest, I don't think I did anything wrong, okay? Went through a crazy breakup. I went through just a ton of crazy things. A lot of them I can't even say on fucking YouTube. Just like things just piling on top of each other. And I was like, how did I directly or indirectly attract this? Because in my head, I'm thinking, I am a positive guy. I'm a happy guy. I'm always trying to give value to others. I'm always trying to bring people up. But what subconsciously happened to make these situations arise? Now, in life, things happen sometimes, that's normal. Sometimes bad things happen, sometimes good things happen. Maybe a lot of these things are out of our control. But subconsciously, on a very micro level, you gotta realize that your subconscious is in control. Your subconscious brain really is 90% of your actions. I was in Mexico dating this beautiful girl named Liz, and she was a professional cello player, really smart, young, feminine woman. And she didn't speak a word of English. I didn't speak much Spanish. And so I noticed that like a lot of our conversation wasn't really even me. It was me saying, "Tienes hambre? Are you hungry? Tienes sueño? Are you tired? Tienes horny? Are you horny?" Right? And it was like, how much is my biology and my subconscious affecting this relationship? Really, most of it, 80% of the dynamic was just like my biological needs, and the rest of it was pretty much me just enjoying her company, right? And so really, my subconscious brain was what was in control. My subconscious brain was dictating my actions. And what I learned is that, we really aren't even in control. Our subconscious brain is in control. Our psychology is in control. Our cognitive biases are in control. And so if you can get your brain on your side, you can have an amazing dating life. A lot of guys who watch my content, they see me traveling around the world, partying, having fun, meeting beautiful people, making amazing friends, hanging out with influencers, hanging out with beautiful women, right? Having an awesome lifestyle with friends, great relationships, great dynamics everywhere you go, right? And it's like, I had to completely rewire my brain, unwire my conditioning, because a lot of people don't realize I had deep social anxiety, and I still do. I have crippling social anxiety, right? But how much of that is real? How much of that anxiety is real? And how much of that is my subconscious brain, my past traumas as a kid, me getting rejected by Stephanie when I was 7 years old, or my 8th grade crush, Tara, telling me that, yeah, I know you have a crush on me, ew, right? Like all these subconscious things that affected me. And now as I go out, meet girls in the club, or I'm swiping on Tinder, I'm like nervous. I'm in a social situation and I'm like nervous, but I'm constantly able to power through that and make things fall in my favor because I'm able to unwire the subconscious thoughts and patterns with positive ones that will actually support me. So we're gonna dig deeper and we're gonna explain to you a few ways you can actually let go of past traumas, past experiences that are causing you to self-sabotage your entire life, from your career, your business, your everything. All right, guys, so right now I'm here with my really good friend, Nick Dora. You guys can check him out on YouTube, Nick Dora, or youtube.com/Nick Dora Seduction.
Correct.
Right? And Nicholas is one of the best I've ever seen on this planet at dealing with traumas. Because to be honest, Nick has been through a lot. You've been through a lot.
Yeah, my whole life has basically been like resilience and living through hell and overcoming adversity.
And he's actually one of my own personal mentors, very close friends, and someone in my, I guess you could say, support group. Because in order to cope with traumas, experiences, drama, all kinds of crazy stuff that life gives you, right? You need good people around you. So now we're just gonna kind of figure out things that you can do in order to heal and grow. So one, I would say, is having good friends around you, right? Having friends who push you. Me and Nick lived together for years, and it was almost like our living dynamic was pretty much us constantly just supporting each other to be better people on the street years ago, 7 years ago, okay? And it's funny because pretty much we instantly became friends. We were part of this like little community of guys who would go out to improve our social skills. And it's funny because we instantly clicked, became good friends, and support each other and push each other to be better people. So we pretty much saw each other grow up into charismatic individuals from being shy, socially anxiety-ridden young dudes. And a lot of that social anxiety was coming from past traumas that was holding us back. So we were able to watch each other's blind spots, help each other fix these blind spots, and then move forward to absolutely crush it in life. And so because of this, we worked on our businesses, our fashion, our fitness, ourselves overall. So what are some ways that individuals who have gone through traumatic experiences, pain, weird emotions, how can they move forward and let that go?
I think one of the biggest determining factors above anything else is honestly perspective through which you see the world, okay? So one thing might completely destroy an individual, while another, exact same situation might enable somebody to thrive and conquer and actually be better, okay? You notice that some people have this mindset of like, woe is me, why does this always happen to me? Bad things just happen to me, I'm just prone to attracting negativity and bad luck, and I guess I'm just not cut out for greater things. Whereas another person is like, I'm able to conquer this. This is a learning experience, not a setback, all right? Adversity is just a challenge, it is not true failure. So perspective is honestly the thing that separates, those who fail from those who succeed, okay? Events are neither good nor bad, but thinking makes them so. That's what Shakespeare said, and I've noticed this in my life. It's incredibly true, okay? So with every downfall in your life, with every quote unquote setback, you have to see the positive silver lining in it. You always have to. No matter how fucking atrocious and horrible it could be, you have to see, okay, how does this benefit me? Even in the smallest way possible, all right? And that comes with gratitude as well. Gratitude for being alive, being in a city with so much abundance, whether it comes to networking opportunities, money to be made, relationships to be pursued with millions of attractive women. You can meet endless amount of friends. Like, it's just, there's so much opportunity here. To think anything less is fucking stupid, honestly. Like, there's just so much potential. And you as a human being have so much potential, all right? If you have all your limbs, all right? If you have a fucking brain in between, your two ears, and you have eyes, everything, you're set, buddy. Like, you have everything you need to work with to further your growth and be somebody who's a high value man. All right, so perspective is key. All right.
So I remember a few years ago, I was in a wheelchair, broke my foot, but I'm hanging out with Nick, partying every night, going to the club, having these crazy parties. We were having some of the best times ever. When I think back to that time in life where I was in a wheelchair, my first few days, I was so angry. I was so pissed off. But then I just hit this like wall of like, almost like enlightenment is the best way I can describe it, where I just felt not just okay with what happened, but actually happy. I was like, wow, even though things are so fucked up, I have amazing friends around me. I have amazing family who's supportive. I have all these amazing opportunities around me. And it gave me such perspective of how, you know, in our day-to-day lives, we get so caught up in drama and trauma and craziness and work and all these things where if you were to stop for a sec, think about 5 reasons you're grateful. I want you to watch this video right now. Think about 5 reasons you are grateful to be here right now. Think about it. 5 reasons I'm grateful. Hanging out with my best friend, filming awesome YouTube content for you guys. I have an amazing platform and audience to help share my knowledge and experiences with. I am able to travel around the world, live an amazing fucking life. I have so many amazing people around me, right? That's 4 awesome reasons, right? And then even the fact that, you know, we live in a world of so much abundance and opportunity, that's another amazing reason. So if you can think of 5 reasons you're grateful, it actually breaks your thought pattern of negative thinking. It stops you from thinking negatively, and it allows you to actually just realize that, wow, I have so much to be grateful for.
And words have so much fucking power, you have no idea. So that which you speak to yourself manifests in the ether and literally manifests more of that into your life. Okay, so if you speak nothing but negativity and being down on yourself, you're going to achieve more of that and manifest more of that, obviously. If you think, no, I am a problem solver, I'm a go-getter, I'm a hustler, I can accomplish whatever the fuck I want in this life, then you'll naturally achieve that, okay? You get 2 people with the exact same skill set, like 2 identical human beings, but you just change their thought patterns. That will dictate the course of their lives drastically, okay? Which may differentiate their life from being, you know, a homeless person to a multi-millionaire fucking killing it entrepreneur. And I've noticed this in my life where, like, the more I tell myself, no, I can fucking achieve my goals. Like, I can do this. Things aren't nearly as bad as the weight which I'm giving them. The more I tell myself that, the more I actually pull through even the hardest situations that I thought I'd never bounce back from. And I've been through hell, especially in 2020. Like, it's been one of the worst years, but I kept telling myself, nah, I can overcome this. This isn't the end. This is not the end. The moment you throw in the towel and say, it's done, this is the end, that's when true failure, like, presents itself. But until you, like, if you avoid saying that and just keep persevering, that resilience, all right, if you maintain that resilience, then it's never done. It's only done when you say it's done, all right?
Well, if you think about perspective again, where I'm at right now, my 15-year-old self, my like 10-year-old self, I have so far past what I thought was even possible for my life. I have so far surpassed what I thought life was gonna give me. Seriously, I have become like a god in my own eyes in terms of who I was. I never thought I was gonna make it this far into the level I'm at, right? And so it's all about going back to perspective, because whatever problems and issues you have right now, whatever experiences you've gone through, it's like, you're lucky to experience a lot of those things, because the other option is to not experience it at all, right? There's this saying, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. Well, when I think about some of the relationships I've had with beautiful women that I dated, and the friendships I've had, even if a lot of them didn't work out, I'm glad I went through those experiences. I'm glad I experienced those amazing experiences, because what's the other option is not experiencing it at all, right? And being naive to what's out there, right? And then you come out of it with knowledge and experience, right? When I had a social media scandal and my Instagram got deleted, I was really sad and depressed for about a month, because a lot of friends and connections, and you know, I had a lot of like influencers following me. I had like a famous actress from Teen Wolf follow my Instagram, right? And it's crazy. These are a lot of people I've met when I'm out in LA, traveling around the world, just etc. And it's like, I was sad, but I thought to myself, you know, that Instagram didn't make me who I was. I made that Instagram. And if you watching this video, you're thinking, wow, Justin's so lame. He, you know, sad about his Instagram getting deleted. Poor Justin, right? But it's like, you don't realize how your problems to other people just seem dumb and petty. The issues you're going through, the mental blockages you have, they're honestly probably just dumb and petty, but they're also real to you. So what you want to do is you want to figure out ways to release them and to cope, such as having good friends, right? When I was in Mexico and I was actually going through a lot of personal drama and trauma, I called up Nick and he stayed on the phone with me for 5 hours this one night to talk to me until 5 in the morning, right? So you need to have amazing friends to support you and bring you up and push you to a higher level, right? Or like, for example, I broke up with a girlfriend and my good buddy Bradicus calls me and we just talk for hours, right? Or I get banned from Airbnb and I thought I was gonna be homeless in Brazil, and I call up Nick and I'm like, Nick, I need to use your Airbnb account. And he didn't even have much money in his bank, and he let me use his debit card to pay for it and everything. And it's just having that support system, that's a huge thing you need to do, right? What are some other ways that people can actually directly deal with the experiences that life gives them, the heavy experiences?
I noticed that the more you try to fight the trauma and pretend it's not there and just stuff it away deep in your subconscious, the more it just gets worse and worse and manifests itself into crazy extents, you know what I mean? To the point where you just snap one day and you just fucking go crazy. So you have to know the pain is there, accept it, fully embrace it, fully immerse yourself in the pain and be like, this is my reality currently.
What you resist persists.
Exactly. And you just fully accept it. You allow it to be. This is where I'm at right now. I accept this. These are the cards that have been dealt to me and I will work with this.
So when you're resisting the drama and the pain or whatever the fuck emotions you're going through, you need to just be okay with it, right? And accept it. A lot of people run away, and they'll do something called escapism. I do it too. You know, I broke up with a girlfriend and I realized that I never actually meditated after we broke up. I never dealt with the issues. You know, I would take psilocybin mushrooms to deal with it, or I would just fucking run away. And don't get me wrong, psilocybin mushrooms are great for dealing with inner traumas and things like that, but I would travel, make money, hook up with girls. I would go crazy. I would go partying, traveling, 20 countries a year. But instead of just sitting down for a few months, spending time with myself, meditating, enjoying my own company, just constantly around new women, constantly around new friends, constantly shooting a YouTube video, traveling, going to these crazy parties, hanging out in LA with all these crazy cool people, doing these different things, but not really facing the reality of things. And then I realized that it's that same trauma, you'll keep reliving it. So there's this kind of saying in spiritual growth where unless you deal with that pain and that trauma, you kind of get rid of your karma and you deal with it, you're gonna notice that same problem reoccurring in your life over and over and over and over. And that'll manifest itself in different relationships. So maybe you'll notice you keep finding yourself in different relationships, intimate relationships with partners, and you keep noticing the same experience over and over. The relationships keep having the same problems. And you're like, why am I reliving the same relationship in every single relationship? You might notice that you keep going through the same business ventures. You keep starting a business, failing, and starting a new one. You'll notice that you just keep going through the same fucking problems. You keep going up and then falling down again. And then it feels like you're going up again. It's wow, I'm making progress, but really you're just going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yourself in the same ways almost.
So you create a self-sabotage, a cycle of self-sabotage where you're healing and in pain, but you're never actually over a long period of time moving up because you're only going up and down, up and down, up and down, right? So you wanna make sure that you let go of these experiences through things like meditation, even things like therapy. I actually got a therapist. Everyone needs a therapist. There's a huge stigma around getting a therapist. Nick was actually the one who convinced me to get a therapist. Yeah, he said, why don't you just, sign up for this? I signed up for something called BetterHelp, where I just talk to a counselor once a week. Helps me, he shares perspective on things. Helps me guide myself on the right path. And it's a very subtle thing, but it's crazy how a little drop in a lake can create these ripple effects that spread throughout the whole lake. The whole butterfly effect concept of a butterfly flapping its wings can cause a tornado or a hurricane on the other side of the world, right? Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know that these little things or little habits completely change your life over a long period of time. I heard a story recently about how a man pretty much explained how walking and getting out of the house and doing exercise saved his marriage, right? And so you'll have a lot of these experiences where, if you're smoking weed and just chilling and like jerking off playing video games, imagine what that does for you after years and years and years of your life versus hitting the gym, listening to audiobooks, meditating, doing daily affirmations. I actually created a little affirmations audio for myself. I'm gonna play it for you guys real quick. It's really interesting. I literally created this in 5 minutes. I just wrote down the things I wanna work on, right? And I kind of act like I'm already there in the affirmation. So I almost manifest it by rewiring my subconscious. So I'll listen to this every day in the shower, okay? Check this out, guys.
I am Justin Marc. I am very successful at social media and influencing people on a core level. I'm constantly viewed in a very positive light by millions of people on social media and television. I'm incredibly successful at business and investing, generating hundreds of thousands of dollars each month. I have multiple streams of revenue that come to me on a continuous basis in many different ways. I understand marketing, business, and funnels on a very deep level, as well as sales and negotiation. I have the ability to constantly learn, grow, and adapt to new situations. I'm incredibly positive and loving.
So you guys kind of get the idea. Creating an affirmations audio, right, for yourself. It's such a powerful thing because you're gonna rewire your subconscious because remember, 90% of your brain is subconscious. So if you can rewire your subconscious, now you're in fucking control. If you can get your subconscious on your side, where you like trick your brain into thinking this is who I am, you're gonna start playing that character and playing that role. So that's a really powerful thing. And you do that alongside meditation. You do that alongside reading and learning new material, learning from mentors, getting mentors. Like for example, I coach these live coaching programs, boot camps, immersions, online mentor program, where a lot of the students will come to me, have these deep traumas, and they're like, Justin, I want to get better with women. It's like they never will, and they never did, because Megan rejected James in 7th grade, and now he's reliving that experience, rejecting himself every time he wants to talk to a pretty girl, right? So I had a student like that recently. His name was James. James hadn't had intimacy with a woman in 5 years, let alone a girlfriend, right? The one girlfriend he ever had initiated with him. And then we pinpointed his pain point to a girl rejecting him in 7th grade when he was 12. Now James was like 21 at the time, so it's 10 years later, and he's still reliving the same trauma and pain, but he's doing it to himself, right? So what we did is we did some inner work, letting go, some deep inner child meditation. We let go of the pain. And that night, James went out, met 2 beautiful women, and to be honest, he had a little bit of a fun 3-way magical experience in the club bathroom, right? And so it blew my mind how just by letting go of the trauma, 10 years of pain, lost experiences, trauma, drama, suffering mentally and emotionally that he was going through, he was able to just let it go. And by letting it go, he's now able to live a life on his own terms, right? So we do that with a lot of our students. And I find it crazy how these small little tweaks, these small little things, it's all psychological. And it comes down to letting go of these traumas that are deep rooted in your subconscious, stuck deep down there. You let it go, and now you can move forward and live an amazing life. You let go of the little inner demon instead of trying to fight it. Like Nick said, don't fight it. Stop resisting it, just accept it, and then just let it go, right? So I try to do something called Vipassana every 18 months. It's a 10-day meditation retreat where I'll go out into a forest and meditate for 10 days, 10 hours a day or more, right? So it's like 100+ hours of meditation over the course of 10 days. That permanently rewires your brain, right? That permanently helps you let go of things, helps you rewire your subconscious, affirmations, meditation, things like supplements, clean eating. Every day I wake up, I take microdoses of supplemental psychedelics that are good for you, scientifically proven to have health benefits. I take green powder, I take a bunch of superfoods, take a bunch of supplements that are gonna make me feel better. And then when I'm meditating, I'm like letting these things go, I'm having a better day. And then when I'm doing business stuff, phone calls, just back end things, I'm thinking better, I'm feeling better. I don't have these things stopping me. When I'm going out to meet people, be social, I go to the nightclubs, meet beautiful girls, meet beautiful people, make friends with cool guys, make these awesome connections, live an amazing life. Next thing you know, I'm surrounded with really high level men, with really high level women who are quality people, amazing people who I love and adore. So what are some other ways you think people can deal with this stuff and cope?
Well, I believe that the psychological as well as the biological are both equally important, okay? You can't just focus on one and ignore the other. Like, you can't just be a spiritual guru and, you know, eat fucking McDonald's and binge drink and smoke cigarettes, you know. I've fallen into periods of that, given, for sure, but it's all about going back on the path, okay? So you develop your psychological as well as your biological, okay? So supplementing, that's what I've done a lot, okay? Anti-inflammatory supplements and foods, okay? Clean diets, you know, nothing processed. That has a serious impact on not only your biological, but also the psychological, okay? Having too much sugar, like blood sugar, actually alters your brain chemistry and affects parts of your brain like the fucking hippocampus, you know, and the neocortex, and your ability to, you know, like memorize things and actually have willpower, all right? If you have unexplained brain fog, like that, a lot could be due to simply your diet, okay? Having too much sugar in your diet and refined carbohydrates, you know? So I focus on the spiritual just as much as, you know, supplementing. Every day I drink like reishi mushroom tea, which is something that was recommended to me by like RC Tyler, Owen Cook. Shout out to you, bro. You've changed my life. And I have a rotation of different pills that I take, and I probably take like 10 different pills on a daily basis. And not right away, but over time, this has kind of restructured my brain to make me, I guess, perform better, all right? And then psychologically, like every night before bed, I used to microdose mushrooms, and then I'd play like a hypnosis audio for confidence, you know, or building charisma and rapport with people. And I do that every single night. And I noticed that naturally in conversation, I would just say things that I normally wouldn't say, and I would behave very different and very charismatic all of a sudden, almost like it was magic. Like I was literally rewiring the neurons in my brain to make me this new person, all right? So the definition of insanity is essentially doing the exact same thing every single time and expecting a different result, okay? So if you do not change the variables in your life and you continue to do the same bullshit day in and day out, and you expect to be a different person in a year's time, 10 years time, then you're gonna be like sorely mistaken. Like it's just not gonna work out that way whatsoever. You have to completely restructure and evaluate everything in your life, from the people in your life, the friends, your habits when it comes to dieting, fitness, reading, the information that you consume, because the subconscious mind is extremely susceptible to whatever you feed it, okay? Just like a human body or an organ, whatever you feed it will, you know, influence whether or not it becomes toxic or healthy, all right? And people don't realize the extent to which your subconscious mind is susceptible to everything you expose it to. Napoleon Hill talks about controlling your external and internal environment, environmental influences, so he says, okay? So you have to be very keen on every individual influence you have, the people in your life, all right? Do you have downers? Do you have losers? Do you have fucking unambitious junkies who essentially are cool with their mediocre, shitty life? Or do you have those who are always thinking about new ideas and pushing you and calling you out when you're fucking up? That's the biggest thing, is when you're fucking up and you're being lazy and you're not pursuing your passions, are they calling you out, or are they just like, yeah, whatever, bro? Like having good friends, all right? Good diet, exercising regularly, like even consuming the news and all this hate porn and propaganda and just like things that make you live in fear. That will, of course, restructure your brain because your fucking fight or flight response is constantly kicking in. So you have this cortisol pumping through your vein 24/7, 365 for decades. You think that's not gonna have a lasting effect on your brain structure? Of course it will, and your body, and the longevity of your life and things like that, and how you cognitively perform, you know, how social you are, how socially free you are, and happy as an individual you are. So people don't really give a fuck about their environmental influences, external and internal. They're just like, oh, whatever, you know, I'm just gonna eat this McDonald's, I'm just gonna fucking watch CNN or, you know, I don't know what people watch because I haven't really watched TV in a while, but like, you know, that's what I mean. Like, I just prefer to do better things with my time. You know, like making this video right here. This is a good use of my time. I'm on like no sleep, but I'm still here doing this because what else am I gonna fucking do? Watch Netflix, watch YouTube videos, sleep?
Play video games.
Yeah.
Play PlayStation 5, get the PlayStation 5.
I'm only young once and I only have this amount of energy once. So I'm just gonna fucking, you know, hammer it out until I create something of myself, which I'm planning on doing.
All right, guys, I'm just joined here with
Katie.
I like that you have a mask, staying corona-free. I promise I'm also corona-free. So, Katie, question for you. Question. I know your dog's like running away. Oh, he's wrapping around my legs. Your dog's so pretty though. So in life, do you feel that the traumas we go through as human beings affect us in negative ways?
I guess it depends. It depends how resilient you are.
Okay. So it depends how resilient you are. Do you feel like people who don't deal with their emotional traumas have self-sabotage?
I don't know if it's necessarily self-sabotage. I don't think if you deal with it that it makes you a bad person or that you can be judged for it. It's just based on the type of supports that you have.
So do you think when you don't deal with your emotional traumas, things in the past, it causes you to, it doesn't necessarily cause you to self-sabotage, but do you think that does happen sometimes?
Like subconsciously, yeah, probably. And there's probably a little bit of like self-blame and like self-fulfilling prophecy and all of that.
Self-fulfilling prophecies, I like that you mentioned it. Do you feel like have you ever experienced something in your life where you know someone, maybe yourself or friends or a family member, like they just keep reliving like the same emotional trauma, or maybe it's the same relationship?
Yes. I think everyone has at least one friend who does that.
Like a friend who just keeps reliving the same bad experiences.
Boyfriends, yeah.
The same bad boyfriends. You always hear that stereotype of this girl who's like, I hate douchebags. Why are all my boyfriends assholes? But it's like that girl is attracted specifically to those douchebag asshole type guys.
100%.
Why do you think that happens?
Because it's fun for the time being. I don't know.
It's fun. Have you ever dated a douchebag asshole?
Plenty. Yes.
Plenty.
Toronto's really great for them.
Well, hello. I'm Justin. Nice to meet you. No, I'm just teasing. You've dated a lot of assholes. What do you think it is that makes you date lots of assholes?
It's fun in the short term.
Do you think you finding it fun in the short term could just be an unresolved trauma or experience or something from your past or something that's like, making you find it fun? It reminds you of maybe your first boyfriend. It reminds you of something that you experienced when you're like emotionally vulnerable and you kind of like that?
I don't know. My therapist says I'm emotionally damaged, so probably, yeah.
I think we all are. Like everyone in these days in modern society with Instagram and big cities, everyone's kind of damaged goods. I also have a therapist and he told me like I'm pretty fucking good. You just want to make sure you don't, relive like traumatic experience. You don't want to build your life up and imagine building your life up, becoming a millionaire, becoming like a celebrity or something, and then all of a sudden you fall, like you hear about a lot of celebrities like ODing on drugs or just going crazy or going to jail. It's because they never resolve those traumas.
Yeah, totally. And I think a lot of it also is based on your support system and if you have positive influences around you. Like you could go through a lot of really tough shit, but as long as you have like that one friend or that one teacher or that one person who can support you, then you'll probably be a little more resilient and be able to get through it at some point.
That's some good advice. Yeah. Katie, right?
Yep.
I like your vibe, Katie. You seem like a cool girl. You got Instagram? Let's trade Instagrams.
I do, yeah.
Cool.
My dog has one too.
Oh, really? I'm gonna follow your dog's Instagram too. Fuck it. All right, here, I'm gonna take out my phone. I'm gonna follow your Instagram. You seem cool.
Thanks, I try.
I like that you date assholes.
Not anymore, my boyfriend's really into
Oh,
me
nice.
now. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you this video when it's done, okay?
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like all women are like crazy and all guys are assholes.
But you know what? The reason why girls are crazy is because guys make us crazy.
That's true.
So.
That's true.
I don't know. I was pretty normal until my first boyfriend, and then I became a psycho, but now I'm normal again because I have a really good boyfriend.
Good. So yeah, having a good support system around you is important. So Katie, I'll send you the video when it's done, okay? It's really cool to meet you. Take care. Have a great night, all right?
You too.
See ya. All right, guys, just joined here with
Laura.
This is my ex's name. What's your name?
Elisa.
Elisa, it's cool to meet you. I just met these cool girls on the street, and I was like, cool, be in this video. So I actually made a video today about how your emotional traumas and past like trauma stops you from kind of leveling up in life. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think it does affect you because like you'll just like keep thinking about it and it's always gonna be like in the back of your head. So like, yeah.
So you feel like your experience in the back of your head and it kind of stops you from hitting a new level?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Same, honestly, whatever she said.
Samesies?
Samesies.
So like, do you ever feel like in your personal life that you have been through things that like held you back or stopped you from hitting a new level?
For sure, yeah.
Do you have any examples of that?
It's kind of personal.
Okay, you don't have to share it if it's very personal. I get it. Like, I actually noticed one recently. So I dated a girl named Laura for like a year. We traveled around the world together, and then I realized like I never got over her. Like, I was tripping shrooms last night with the boys, walking through the park, and I was just thinking, I was like, why am I thinking about my ex-girlfriend? And then, you know what I mean? And it kind of came up because I never dealt with it, never like meditated through it. I kind of just ran away, traveled around the world, partied like crazy, met tons of cute girls, but like it's escapism. It's not like, you know, a lot of people try to run away from their experiences, right? Their past experiences that maybe were a bit heavy, but they don't deal with it. Do you feel like you've ever done that in the past? You know people have done that as well?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think that does to you?
I think it just like stops you from progressing in life.
You think it stops you from progressing how?
Like educationally or like even in work.
Why do you think that happens?
Cause like you always have something in the back of your mind and like you just like can't get past it, so it's like a barrier.
It's like a mental blockage, right? It's almost like a success barrier, or like you don't feel like you deserve a better life because some kind of traumatic experience you went through. It lowers your self-esteem, makes you feel not great about yourself, so you don't even go for your goals. Yeah. Have you experienced that like with your friends or family or anyone in like in your, you don't have to share any personal experiences.
Yeah, friends, definitely.
But you've seen in friends who like had a lot of potential, but they just keep fucking up over and over?
Yeah. Let me think of an example. I don't know, my one friend, like, it's just like a breakup, I guess. Like, it's hard for him to like move past and just like continue with life, I guess.
Yeah, I have a really good friend who went through tons and tons of breakups and just never got over them. And then so he would try to like get over each breakup with another girlfriend, but it always ends up being the same breakup. He always ends up dating women who are escorts or strippers or like sugar babies, and they always end up like cheating on him or like hooking with guys for money or whatever. And then he's just like heartbroken, and then, you know, he's just sad, and then so he had like $100,000 in cash. He was about to buy a fucking condo. Everything was great, and now he's like 30 grand in debt. It's just like create this like feedback loop of negativity. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy how that stuff works. So, I mean, I get that's my interview. Thanks so much for being on the interview, guys. These guys seem really cool. Thank you for, it's cool to meet you guys. You guys getting some food now?
No, we already ate.
Oh, you did? Sick. Driving back home?
Yeah.
Oh, you're drinking? Drinking, driving?
Just bubble tea.
Bubble tea? I was like, whoa, wait, drinking, what? You know what, well, everything's like closed, but you can still go to like the liquor store and then you drink on the street. It's like the same thing. It's like the same thing. Yeah, it's cool to meet you guys. You guys are on Instagram? I'll send you the video when it's done. My Instagram's drunkjustin2. Yeah. Anyway, girls, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Toodaloo, toodaloo.
Nice to meet you.
See ya, Laura. Bye-bye. So, let's think about the long term. Let's think about your long-term plan. I don't want you to watch this video, then go back to, you know, Pornhub and Netflix. I want you to actually think about your long-term life, your long-term game plan, right? As Nicholas mentioned, the internal affects the external affects the internal. So in Buddhism, they teach you everything you need is already inside you. If you can just get centered in who you are, it all comes from within. All the knowledge, everything is already within you. So how do you create a long-term plan and track record to kill it, crush it? And what are some of the benefits? Well, look, I've coached thousands of guys over the last 8 years in person, in field, with their dating, their life, and even with business, okay? And what I notice is when guys can let go of their past, let go of their traumas, their dating life explodes. They'll go from like kissless virgin to like playboy, to killing it, to having a hot girlfriend, to getting married. I've seen it. I've seen guys getting married. I've seen guys in long-term, very long-term relationships. I had an old buddy from college who I mentored over years. He's now having, remember Mike D'Amelio?
Yeah.
He's having a baby and he's engaged, right? Blows my mind, because when I met this guy, kissless virgin, very awkward, very cringe, and it was like freaking me out, you know? But he seemed like an interesting guy, so I'm like, okay, let's hang out. And so it blows my mind how over a long period of time, just practicing this stuff, your life changes. But it comes from, again, letting go, moving forward, and just imagine this. Let's just say you have social anxiety. Let's just say you're stopping yourself from talking to people. Let's just say you've got traumas that are stopping you from living an amazing fucking life. Think about this. How long are you gonna go not dealing with this? 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I'll bump into fans of mine who like come up to me, hey Justin, I like your videos, cool, nice to meet you, right? And I'll bump into them years later, and they look the same, sound the same, dress the same, behave the same. Nothing has changed. They look exactly the same, just a little bit older, a little bit more bags in their eyes. I remember bumping into a guy in the mall, came up to me and Nick were actually hanging out. Then I bumped into him again years later when I was on boot camp, coaching clients, and I started yelling at him. I was angry at him because he had not changed. It had been 2 years. Nothing had changed. Why? Why are you doing that to yourself? Stop that. That's horrible. So how do we actually create that long-lasting change? And what happens if we don't? Well, if you don't create that long-lasting change, right? Imagine how many opportunities you're fucking up. Imagine how many friends you could have made, how many beautiful, intimate partners you could have had, how many incredible experiences you could have had, how much money you could have made, how many job opportunities, career opportunities you could have fallen into just because you're more social, more charismatic, more open, you're less jaded from the past, right? I even found myself doing this where I almost like closed up a bit because I've had so much experiences that kind of like traumatized and jaded me that I have to like remind myself to stay delusionally positive so I can maintain a high degree of being open to receiving amazing experiences from the world.
The thing is, it's not delusional. Like, it's delusional to the masses, it's delusional to the average person, delusional, whatever the fuck that word means. But no, that is reality because you get to choose your reality. It's subjective to you.
Exactly.
So you say it's delusional, but it's not actually delusional.
You actually become that person.
Yeah,
you actually
exactly.
become that
Therefore,
person.
it's not delusional.
Then you actually attract those experiences and those relationships and those opportunities. It's amazing, right? And so just think about how letting go of your social anxiety, letting go of your drama, your pain, traumas from the past, bad experiences, right? Now, again, you're open. Now, all of a sudden, you recognize your value as a human being. You recognize the value you have to offer the world. So maybe you have a special skill. Maybe it's like marketing. Maybe you're good at copywriting. And all of a sudden, now you're reaching out to people online. Say, hey, let me do copywriting with you. And then let me like write your emails for your product. Let me do sales for you. Let me do this thing I'm good at for you. And then all of a sudden, you're getting paid. Before you know it, you're making a 6-figure income, right? Or maybe you're letting go of things from the past and now you're going out happy, walking down the street, like just feeling great, chatting up strangers for no reason. And all of a sudden you meet a beautiful woman who becomes your long-term partner, right? Or you make a friend like I did with Nicholas and we become friends for years, right? It will change your life when you can let go of these things. It'll change your life when you can move forward and have that kind of system in place where you wake up every day. You have that daily routine of affirmations. I do affirmations in the shower. Or I'll wake up and meditate for like 30 minutes, right? Or meditate before bed. You'll play like binaural beats in the background and just get into like this hippie fucking vibe 24/7, right? You'll take your supplements. You will be going out, being social, pushing your comfort zone to speak new people. You'll be forcing yourself to be confident in situations where you're nervous, to step out of your comfort zone, to lean on the edge of your comfort zone. And over time, this effect compounds on itself, and then you build this amazing charisma, confidence, experiences, an amazing life for yourself. A lot of people don't realize this, but you're pretty much a god in your own reality. You can literally pick and choose and create a life, almost like a chessboard, moving pieces in the right places for later on. Right? And that way, over a long period of time, your life becomes exactly how you want it.
And when you're doing these things, it's important to note the people in your life that are being like, bro, what the fuck you doing? That's some weird shit, bro. Like, oh, what's this fucking weird green powder shit you're taking? That's fucking, bro, just who cares, man? Like, take note of these people that just try to downplay what you're trying to accomplish or try to shit on you or try to keep you in this box that they know you as. Like, no, this is the version of Nick that I know. This is the version of Justin I know. Don't try to step out of that. No, you stay in there, buddy. No, don't try to step out of that. Okay, and you cut these people off and you fucking run. Whether it's a spouse, whether it's friends, whether it's family, okay, you completely tune out anybody's feedback.
He can't step up. He's the fuck up.
Yeah.
If he steps up, what does that make me?
And it makes them look bad, okay? Because if you're a failure with them, you know, if you're fucking doing drugs with them, they don't feel bad about themselves. They don't feel as bad for not stepping up because, hey, you're in the shit with them. It's the crabs at the bucket mentality where they just want to pull you the fuck back down into your little shithole down here at rock bottom. They don't want you to be up here because it makes them look bad, okay? And that's complete bullshit. And a lot of people are secretly resentful of you and resentful of you trying to succeed. Half of your friends secretly hate you. That's some statistic I read online, and it's scary to think about because, like, if you got a lot of friends, it's a lot of fucking people that hate you, and it's terrifying to think about. But you got to psychoanalyze your life and really read people's red flags to know, you know, are they secretly hating on me and my attempts at success, and cut them the fuck off.
You got to keep that inner circle really tight. And you can have like different circles, right? You can have like that inner circle, like really tight people. Like all the people in my inner circle are like millionaires, influencers or the top dating coaches, life coaches on the planet. Seriously, just very high level people in my inner circle.
Or at the very least, they have skills and qualities that I want to cultivate in myself, and I deeply admire.
Exactly.
Even though they might not be up here yet, they're on the come up and they're always positive, they're always
100%.
motivated, enthusiastic, and always grinding. If they haven't achieved it yet, but I like their fucking hustle, then I'll still be friends with them because I know they're going places and I want that energy in myself too.
So then you have an outer circle, right? You have a little outer circle where you're a little bit more guarded, and you can bring some of these people in your inner circle over time, right? And this outer circle is still filled with cool, amazing people, great people, brilliant people you're still learning from, growing with, and people could help you on this like little journey, right, of life, right? And then you have a very outer circle where it's like, kind of, that's the filter. That's you going to the nightclub, meeting people and saying, should I bring these people into my network? It's you meeting people through social media, building an audience, building a network, an outer network, right? So it's really like that ability to be social, meeting people, and build connections, because your network becomes your net worth. Those people on the very outside come into the inside, and then eventually a lot of those people, or some of those people, will make it to that inner circle. But you gotta keep that inner circle super tight, super guarded, so you only have the best of the best inside. Because again, you become the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most. You become the average of your influences, the books you read, the food you eat, the music you listen to, the people on the inside, right? The things that go in your head, right? That's what you become.
And too many people, they're not selective with the people that they let in or get like close to or attached to, because they're deeply lonely and flawed to their core. So they allow shitty people to become close to them. Like, even if, let's say you're dating a girl and you know she's toxic as hell, you know, maybe she's a huge cokehead, but like, because you're so lonely and you can't bear the thought of being alone in this world, or even grinding by yourself, you allow her to get close to you because, hey, it's better than nothing. And that's the mistake so many people, especially today, make, because we're in such an isolated generation where we're so deeply craving human connection, because so many people have lost that, the ability to create that, you know, from scratch. So like, that's something that you have to overcome in yourself. If you see those qualities in yourself, it's better to be alone than amongst shitty people, by far.
But try to surround yourself with the best quality people,
ideally.
and just learn and grow and move forward and just live a happy life. So guys, I think we pretty much covered most of the topics. You wanna let go of the past, let go of the drama, the trauma, let it all go. Just, you know, just let it go. And it's a process, an ongoing process. You need to process things as they come and then let them go. When you have traumatic experiences, process it, let it go. Constantly be letting it go. It's like a lifelong process to let things go. But you'll notice your quality of life increases, and then it increases, and then increases, and increases.
Very gradual.
Right?
Very slow,
And then,
very gradual.
You know, follow the habits we've talked about. Discipline yourself to be that person that you want to be. And you'll notice right now things might be shitty. You know, even next week things might be shitty, but as long as you're working every single day to make yourself, you know, 0.1% better, over the course of years, that compounds on itself. You almost like get that like compound interest of investment into yourself, and then you become a very, very powerful and effective human being, someone you're happy being, someone you love, right? You should be your own best friend. You should love yourself fully. You should enjoy your own company, and you know, just think about it. If you were to sit in a room right now, nothing, no phone, no internet, just no friends, no distractions, what's gonna come up? For a lot of people, they cannot stand the thought of being alone with their own thoughts. I love it. I love being alone. I love spending time on my own and, you know, living that introverted side of myself, right? And so you need to make sure that you are comfortable with yourself, and you only get that from letting go and stop escaping, stop escapism, stop thinking the grass is greener on the other side, and water your own grass.
Never sell yourself short, okay? Always believe I am deserving of success, and I'm deserving of better. If somebody treats you like absolute garbage, you know, if somebody's putting you down, making you feel inferior, or not like what you know you are, not as the true slayer, badass motherfucker that you know you truly are, then always know you deserve better. It doesn't matter where you are at life, all right? It doesn't matter if you've got some bomb-ass bitch who's hot as hell, but she's a complete cunt. Know that you deserve better, walk away, and know that you can find better, okay? Always, okay? Never become too invested in somebody, because there's an endless opportunity of abundance. There's an endless opportunity of money, of women, of friends, okay? You can recreate that anywhere you go, simply based on your character, because you know you're a badass motherfucker and you can accomplish your dreams.
So over the long period of time, always be growing, always be aspiring to new levels. And guys, honestly, let's just wrap the video there. It's been so great chatting with you. I'm Justin Marc. It's Nick Dora.
Nick Dora.
And you guys can follow us on social media. My Instagram, DrunkJustin2.
It's Nick Dora, ITSNICKDORA is my Instagram.
If you just search up Nick Dora, go check out his YouTube channel, subscribe to him. Awesome dude, awesome content.
Subscribe to Justin's as well.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel, Justin Marc, and click the bell notifications to be notified of new videos. And also, make sure to follow me on social media, linked in the description. We'll see you guys very soon. We'll see you next video. And feel free to reach out to us on social media.
Yeah.
Feel free to shoot me a message. Message me. I love when guys like you message me. I meet like half my friends these days through social media. A lot of them are people who have consumed my content. So please shoot me a message. I love to get in touch with you guys, chat with you, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Talk soon. Peace.